Hey there everybody, welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So here we are on day 2 of those great rock bands with 2 or more lead vocalists. So today I've chosen to do a Canadian band who I've come to like quite a bit. I've been listening to some of their stuff online, haven't been able to purchase any yet, it's hard to find, but I keep looking. And that band is Klaatu. And the 2 singers in question are Dee Long and John Wolashuk. So this is a band with lots of great harmonies, not just those 2, but some of the guys they had with them on tour, plus Terry Draper, who's the drummer for the band. All are able to do great harmonizing vocals, which is one of the reasons why I like them quite a bit. But both the vocalists are good too. Dee Long, he's a little bit harder, a little bit more rocky in his sound, whereas Wolashuk has a little bit of a high sound to his voice and a little bit more mellow, almost marshmallowy in some ways. But both are really good singers and they harmonize very well together. They are the band that put out the take on that from that movie, The Day the World Stood Still. I think that's the one, and it's called Calling All Occupants. This song was actually covered by the Carpenters as well, and just a really great combination. They're good live. Their music is very kind of progressive pop, a little bit of psychedelic pop here. They did have some Beatles-ish songs on their first album too, which that's when they created that, because they created that mystery. So basically what happened is a journalist for the New York Times listened to their music and heard a couple of songs that he thought sounded like the Beatles. And the singer, one of the singers, John Wolashuk, sounded to him like Paul McCartney. So he started investigating it, and on the album he couldn't find any credits, no mention of who played on it, didn't say where they were from, said nothing about it. It was complete mystery. So he started listening to the band with a cryptic ear, I guess, and he heard the Beatles. So he came up with the idea that this was the Beatles, wanting to not be known as the Beatles, but to basically put their music out there and see how it did on its own without their name attached to it. And so this took off, and a lot of records were sold because of it. The label, which was the same as the Beatles, was the Capitol label, and they kind of were cryptic with their answers as well to try and keep this thing rolling. And the guys in the band didn't come out. They were recording their second album in London, and so really weren't taking any of this seriously. So, but after a while, a DJ from a radio station went and checked it out and found out that they were actually Canadian and who they were and all that. And so it was a kind of a double-edged sword for them. They kind of got popular because they were thought of as being the Beatles, and then there was a bit of a backlash when it was found out that they weren't. But nevertheless, this is a band I think could have been much bigger given the right set of circumstances. They certainly had the musical talent. The music's very progressive and on some particular songs as well. Very popish, kind of like Supertramp in that they're a pop progressive band. I really quite like their music quite a bit. I really love the album covers and the whole mystery thing with them too, and their music has changed. No 2 Klaatu albums sound anything alike. As they went along, their albums change. My personal favorite is probably Endangered Species. Unfortunately, that's the one that record label tried to force them to be commercial with, and unfortunately that was the case. But I do like that album quite a bit. I like their first album, 3:47 a.m. Is it AM or PM? I can't remember. Anyways, it was also released as kind of just no label, so just like self-titled album, I guess, or debut album. Their next album, Hope, was done with the London Philharmonic Orchestra, recorded in London, so very different again. And they just have like a really unique sound. And unfortunately, they didn't continue after their 5th album, so they weren't around a long time. But both vocalists are very strong, as is the whole band's harmonic section is really strong on this band. So I felt like they had to be included here for both of those reasons, that because of their harmonies and because of the individual vocalists with Dee Long and John Wolosuk. So that's what you have for today. Klaatu, Dee Long, John Wolosuk, great dual lead vocalists with a great band. And we will be back again tomorrow with another great band with more than 2 great vocalists, or 2 vocalists or greater. So please like and subscribe, and we will see you then. Take care.